because I want this on YouTube after I do the live. So, so like and subscribe, everybody, if you want to see more. Alright, at least I'll have some meat. I need some sheep. Screw right there. Yeah. Oh, wait. Perfect. I need one more. Prepare a crafty table. Make a bed. Yes, make a bed. Break this down really hot. Yeah, I can at least try this. I'm not eating chicken right now because it can make me sick. That would definitely want to kill me. We probably won't find the mainland mansion, but that's the seat I have in. Oh, am I gonna make this jump? Yes. We all came from home, so we're trying to figure everything out right now. Oh yeah, away from these mountains. If I had scissors, I would be able to camouflage myself. I think I found a home. Is it right by the water, you think, guys? No. I need wood. There it is, put it out.
So, no sobriety test, no get out, no walk a straight line, no pin in your face, no hold up one leg, no none of that. None of that. So, are we just gonna let the person, well, I don't know, however long you stay on scene, do you start to sober up? Is it not in your system or is it still in your system? What? I don't know. I don't know how that works, but I'm just surprised they haven't initiated that process. So maybe I guess they still know they got time, I guess. Maybe as long as they get it done, they get it done. I don't know. I just find that strikingly odd. Start making those calls. I guess there's a nurse on scene that stopped doing CPR. She started doing CPR.
I still need planks out of this, right? Yes. I may have to go get some stone.
I'm wondering if she's walking upside and she goes to cross here when she gets set. Yeah, I'm thinking she was crossing like at the intersection. Where's all shopping? She got a warrant for a speeding ticket. Speeding ticket. So that don't look good against you. Number one. If you got a speeding ticket and you don't look good. Don't look good at all for you. That's the only thing we'll change.
That's good.
Didn't they say she lives alone? She does, and they said she has cats. And they wanted me to go over and check on the cats. I'm like, well, I just turned the light on and the cats came to the door, so. Thank you. Yeah, so I'll text her and make sure that she issued at her. Well, that kind of plays into the driver's favor right there with the brother and the sister saying that, don't help too much, just a little bit, just in case they don't find anything. You know what I mean? Then that looks good in her favor, so. So. Sounds good. Alright, thanks. Appreciate it. Yep.
Let's go over here, grab my crafting table, really good. I'm live.
6:45. What?
The reason why I'm not replying is I'm live on stream.
And I hated it for the first couple days. Sam, I lost your bishop. I'm with the Peoria Police Department Traffic Division. I'm just gonna talk to you a little bit more. Alright. You're in town because you work at the Pony. Okay. Have you been at work tonight yet, or? I stopped there, my friend called me, asked me to come get her, so I left there, just run down. I literally dropped my stuff off there. I was like, alright, I'll come grab you. Drove down the street, and then. Okay. What time did you go in then? Literally like 10 minutes before it happened. Okay. Yeah, just approximately. I have no idea. I don't even know what time I got there. Like, I wasn't looking at my phone. I walked in, looked at the bartender, started clocking in, and I was like, oh wait, Rain called me, so I dropped myself off, walked out, came here. Okay. So it was about 10 minutes before this happened? Yeah. Okay. Right down the street. And you were going to pick up Rain? Yeah. Where's she stay at? Wherever address was on the kid. Okay, gotcha. So you're heading down the road. What do you see? Like, do you remember your route at all? Like, the GPS is on my screen. You see the screen on there. The GPS is make a turn, and it's driving out of nowhere, just smack. So I see smoke, I see everything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on, everybody?
Ah, that's
And then I
good.
get out of the car and I see her.
This part is
Starts running over and then I go, hey,
like this.
hey, like, you see what happened?
Perfect.
either. And I was just like, I don't understand. And then the guy in front of me got out of his car and he like grabbed my shoulder and he said, "You okay?" She comes up and he's like, "I don't know. Like I don't understand either. Like they all said like we don't understand." Okay. So do you remember what road you came down though? Like did you make a right on the not go down here? I just came down this road and I came down here. Okay. Did you been through any traffic lights recently?
Maybe it's this one.
Probably. And you said earlier that you were traveling in the right lane, the closest to the curb. Yes. Okay. And there was a black SUV in front of me. Did you catch their names at all? Or? No. Because as soon as he came out and talked to me, I was put in the back of the car. Okay. Gotcha. And as you're driving, how fast would you say you were going? Approximately. The speed limit. What is the speed limit? Whatever was on my GPS. The GPS tells me the speed limit. Do you remember if she came from your right side? Was she out in front of the car? On the right side. From the left side?
Any some stuff.
Yeah, the right side. Okay. Did you see anything prior to the hit? Not really. I was driving down the road. I was behind the black SUV. About how much distance was between you and the black SUV? Like 2 cars. 2 cars? Yeah. So did she step out in between the two, or? She had to. Did you talk to a guy in the black SUV? There was nobody here, like, witness-wise when we got here. Are you serious? Because there was a girl and a dog, there was a black SUV with a couple in front of them, and they both said the same thing. We're still, I'm not saying that they weren't, and I'm not saying that nobody... So, like, the witnesses that were here went before you guys got here? Before I personally got here. I came from my home, so I got called in. So they were not here. I don't know. I don't know who talked to everybody else. Okay. You would like to talk to a lawyer? There's witnesses that were here that also had the same thing. And nobody has their statement. It's called a lawyer. Give me 2 minutes.
Let's just get
Hey, she
started.
technically got that right. She got that right. So, and I don't blame her. I probably, when things settled in, I probably would have been screaming for a lawyer a long time ago.
I have an actual house.
Because at this
Got
point,
10
you ain't
sticks.
got no witnesses.
Let's, first off, I want to like this,
Yeah.
this,
Lawyer. Every time they open that door, lawyer. Lawyer.
yeah, take
Lawyer.
this,
And I got a
take
key.
this,
Oh, she got a key.
yeah,
Now she's
take
getting
my
like
dirt,
that.
put it over here,
Oh, wait, not no witnesses.
put it over
Like,
here.
for
I don't need to drive up. Spruce,
I mean, I don't
gravel, right wall, I mean,
I don't blame her at all.
I'll have to just down here. I am gonna make more twigs to go to the safe side.
Okay. She blew up for you? I didn't ask for that yet.
I like this. 1, 2, 3,
Finally!
2,
30 minutes into this video, which means it was a lot longer on scene, because I'm pretty sure this video has been chopped up. We done seen several different body angles.
2, 3.
Finally! This time they finally now are going to get her to blow and see.
One, two, let's put the door back. This in there, like that, like that, like that, like this,
Deep breath in, long steady breath like you're
and
trying
like
to
this.
Just like the guy earlier this morning. You just said you didn't have anything. You just... Now you really need a lawyer.
if I die, I'll just lose all my inventory.
We're gonna knock on doors. We're calling all the people that. Yes.
So I can't lose my inventory. I can't die. Mm. Feel free to leave a chat message to me, guys. I'll be more.
First thing I want you to do. Did you graduate? What's your highest level of education?
Oh, I need to make a furnace.
So, associate's degree or any? Do you have? Okay.
My heart regenerative, so.
Okay. So what I want you to do is just count backwards for me from 69 to 43. To 43.
I just have a couple extra just in case. Yeah, I gotta build a bridge. Oh, I can't go there. Fuck am I doing?
Baby girl, he told you to stop at, I think, 43? Yeah. You still going? No, stop.
Where's the
Remember
pickaxe?
what I told you, or what I wanted you to do? To
5.
43.
Got this 2 pieces of meat. I need that coal. I'll buy the worst place ever to be.
Do you know your ABCs? Can you say, hang on, you gotta let me finish.
What I need to do is go cut down some trees.
Starting with the letter E and end on the letter U.
This way I can cook.
Do you have any? Did she say LMNOQ? She's done. She's done. Cooked. Yeah, she's done, yo. Yeah. 2 tests back to back failed. LMNOQ. Did she say LMNOQ? I found her abnormalities. Okay. Can you stand up for me? Step over here. So, do you have like a specific diagnosis with your eyes? Okay. What I want you to do, keep following my stimulus. Your eyes tight until I tell you to stop. Do you understand those instructions? Okay, great. Relax, and then we're gonna go back to this. Feet together, hands side to side.
I need to just put this. It's like 8. Put that up there. For a trickle.
See the line on the floor right there? Okay. Do you have any physical disabilities or physical problems or disabilities? Okay. Okay. Do you want to use the bathroom first, or you want to use something?
I know.
Okay. So place your left foot on that
So I
line.
always say I have a new house.
Okay. Now place your right
Last time
foot
with the beds and all
on the
that.
line ahead of your left foot with the heel of your right foot against the toe of your left foot. And then place your arms at your sides. Alright. Maintain this position until I've completed the instructions. Do not start to walk until I tell you to. Do you understand the instructions so far?
Give me some of that fork.
Okay. I'm going to demonstrate for
How
you.
you got, how you got up there?
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Maintain your position though. 1, Do you want to go take the test?
I need 3 pieces of.
Get to a lawyer. Gotta get a lawyer. Get to a lawyer. Because then why do the test? Tell them no. If you're in this state, which you should be in, you have every right to be in, then tell them no. Get you a lawyer and deal with it that way. But you doing it is making it worse. And then you're already saying you're gonna do it, and then you want to holler that you don't want to do it. It's you making this worse on you. Then you making yourself look bad in this situation.
That's perfect.
Do you want me to go through the instructions again, or do you have it? Okay. Well.
I might just clear out the forest and live off the land. I need food. Look at 5 more logs. Okay, I'm gonna add this. Like this. Like this. Let that cook. Oh shit, why did I spread these around my leg? No one comes down.
I'm gonna explain something.
No one comes down here.
When I tell you to, I want you to tilt your head back, close your eyes. I want you to approximate the passage of 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah, they gotta finish this test, because after this test comes the handcuffs. So I feel like they're making sure they finish this and complete this before they put the handcuffs on her, because I feel like they're coming next. Okay? When you say 30 seconds has passed, I want you to open your eyes and tell me.
Maybe I'll find this spot, so
You think you can do that?
let's explore.
Tip your head back, close your eyes, and whatever you do.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna use no armor unless I can get iron or diamond.
Okay, and then open your eyes, tell me stop. Let me get my. Whenever you're ready. Okay, how long was that? Okay.
I have no way to tell which way's home.
Counting like
Yeah.
1, 2, or just I 1. So 1, 2, 3. 25.8.
Where do you
One
fall?
more thing. this one is better too. Like I said,
Come on. Fucking games let me jump.
until they made her do the sobriety
Oh, there's my
test,
house.
and it came back that she was under the influence. That might have sealed her fate. But who knows? Y'all let me know what you think. Be safe though.
We're about to get a bigger CD place in a minute.
It's just too much. Yeah, the writers are on the set, and these are twisted minds who come up with stuff like what we just saw. Do you hear that? Yeah. There's more killing in this movie than any movie I've ever seen. For me, then it has to be really shocking in some way. But then in the movie, it just makes us curious. What could be so strange that hidden from human eyes? Today, we'll look at movies known for being too disturbing, starting from the least to the most disturbing. On Visual Venture, and these are awesome. The Last Temptation of Christ. The Last Temptation of Christ caused chaos when it came out. First, theaters refused to show it. Then, video stores wouldn't rent it out. Finally, when a few brave movie theaters
Stop. Why do these trees keep growing right? The prices grow like that.
intense. People weren't surprised because this movie was doomed as soon as the project started. And the first red flag was the man directing the movie, Martin Scorsese. In the 1980s, Martin Scorsese was already a Hollywood legend. He directed hit movies
Food
that made
hunting
lots of
next
money
week,
at
so
the box office. Despite all his success,
later.
Scorsese felt like something was missing in his career. Well, over the years, I was always interested in making a film on Jesus.
Hey guys, would you like to see me? Just give me one comment and I'll die right now.
Seen through the Gospels or through our eyes, in a sense. But Scorsese didn't have
You stay quiet and I'll die right now.
His previous movies were mostly about violence and crime. One of his movies, Taxi Driver, was so disturbing that it inspired someone to become an assassin. Scorsese was the last person anyone expected to direct a religious film, but against all odds, he did it. In 1988, he released The Last Temptation of Christ. But when the film premiered, audiences were shocked by what they saw on the screen. The movie opens with a disclaimer. This film is not based on the Gospels, but upon the fictional exploration of the eternal spiritual conflict. But that warning wasn't merely to prepare people for what they were about to see. At first, the movie follows the normal Bible story. Jesus is baptized, starts preaching,
Oh,
gathers
piggies.
disciples, and performs miracles.
There's still piggies.
Jesus knows that it's his destiny to die on the cross. Then the story takes a different twist. Someone suggests to Jesus that he doesn't have to sacrifice himself on the cross. Instead, he can have a normal life. And as he had kids, he lived happily ever after.
Back there.
Listen, if you really want God to respect your time, he's not there. He's right here.
I went food hunting.
Read your scriptures. God doesn't want you to fast and pray. He wants you to make children. At first, Jesus resists the idea, but as time goes on, the temptation becomes harder to ignore.
There's my house.
Blush and look away. I wander, but I don't take it for God. Eventually, the devil tricks Jesus into abandoning his divine mission. In this alternate version of the story, Jesus steps down from the cross and starts a new life. He marries Mary Magdalene, and they're happy together. There's even a scene of them consummating their marriage. Years later, as an old man, Jesus regrets giving up the cross. He kneels down and prays, begging God for a second chance to become the Messiah. I didn't fight hard enough. Give me your hand. I want to pay the price. In a dramatic twist, the movie ends with Jesus back on the cross, completing his sacrifice for humanity. Scorsese and his team spent $7 million on the film, going all out to make it a success. But when it finally premiered in August 1988, viewers couldn't stand it. Christian groups called the film disrespectful and blasphemous. What really set them off was the scene of Jesus getting intimate with his wife. But the backlash didn't stop the studio from promoting the film. So some angry people took matters into their own hands. 2 months after the film was released, a Christian group set a movie theater on fire for showing the film. Around that same time, the director Martin Scorsese started getting death threats. It got so bad that he hired bodyguards to keep him safe for years. Religious groups staged protests that went on for weeks. Their efforts paid off. Many theater chains refused to screen the movie. Additionally, many religious countries, including Greece, Argentina, and Mexico, banned the film. 30 years have passed since the movie came out, but to this day, The Last Temptation of Christ remains remains one of the most controversial banned movies ever made. This next film had a lot of famous actors, but the ideas in the movie were dangerous for society. Natural born killers. Natural born killers wasn't banned because people hated it. It was banned because they liked it too much. Some people even wanted to act like the characters in the movie. But if you know anything about the film, you'll understand why anyone imitating it was a recipe for disaster. Natural Born Killers is a romantic crime action film from 1994. The movie follows the story of Mickey Knox and his girlfriend Mallory. Both of them come from deeply troubled families. But when they meet, it's love at first sight. It seems like a typical love story. Mickey and Mallory even make plans to run away together. As the movie goes from romantic to depressing. Mallory doesn't like her parents because of how they treat her. Before she and Mickey hit the road, they end Mallory's parents' lives as an act of revenge. After the crime, the couple has an unofficial marriage ceremony on a beach. My husband and wife journey across the country, but it's going to be a horrifying journey. As Mickey and Mallory move from place to place, they leave a trail of bodies behind. In one scene, they eliminate everyone in a diner just for fun. Soon, they realize they've found 52 victims and
So
never
you
seen
guys
a
want me to?
person
I
alive.
live here until I die.
Police launch a manhunt to catch them. Mickey and Mallory's faces are
Without
everywhere.
eating
TV
the
and
guys.
newspapers. The
Food,
police expect the public to help them track
trees,
down fugitives. But
fire
the
pit,
opposite
hunting
happens. Instead of seeing Mickey
on
and
my
Mallory as
island.
villains, the media turns them into idols.
Well, it's
News
because
reporters
what?
romanticize their crimes. One journalist named Wayne Gale takes it even further. On his show, Wayne portrays a couple as rebels fighting against a broken system. Thanks to the media, Mickey and Mallory become full-blown celebrities. However, they don't get to enjoy their newfound fame. After a violent shootout with the police, the couple is arrested and sent to prison. But even behind bars, their fame doesn't fade. Reporters are desperate for interviews. After spending a year in jail, Mickey and Mallory somehow manage to break out. After all their crimes, the film ends with Mickey and Mallory walking away without any consequences. Natural Born Killers premiered in August 1994, and it was an instant hit. During its opening weekend, it went straight to number one at the U.S. box office. It made $110 million on a $34 million budget, which was a huge draw. However, the film's popularity soon became a curse. Copycat crimes in real life started happening across the country. The criminals behind the attacks said the film inspired them. One even dressed like Mickey Knox during his crime. Another group of real criminals codenamed their attack NBK, which stands for Natural Born Killers. People started accusing the movie of sending the wrong message, that breaking the law was somehow cool. The ending, where fugitives walk away free, was the worst part. According to the director, that was the exact opposite of what he was trying to portray. The film was meant to criticize how the mass media sensationalizes crimes just to boost ratings and get more views. It was supposed to inspire change, not violence. However, because people lost their lives in these real-life copycat crimes, the film developed a dark reputation. Eventually, because of the film's violent content and negative message, it was banned in Ireland and Belgium. And it was for the best. This next movie doesn't have any violence or disgusting scenes, but it was still banned in multiple countries. The question is why? The gods must be crazy. The gods must be crazy was supposed to be a comedy, but instead of making people laugh, it made them mad. But unlike other banned films, it wasn't the visuals that shocked people, it was the story itself. The gods must be crazy is a
I got enough
satire
food here now to sit in this house all day. We can't live for the rest of my life. All day, all night.
The bottle falls through the sky and lands in the desert perfectly intact. An African tribe
Even better?
called the San people finds the bottle, and since they've never seen water before, they think
How long can I survive in this house with just this place I have right now? Or if I die,
the tribe puts the bottle to use in all kinds of ways. They use it as a musical instrument, a fire starter, or
like
even a
that.
cooking utensil. So what starts as a blessing quickly turns into a curse. Since there's only one bottle to
Fire goes
share,
out.
it leads to
Or
fights
is that
and
for my
jealousy
food?
among the tribe members. He, one of the tribe
That's no
members,
good, but
decides the bottle is causing too much trouble. He takes it and sets off on a journey to return it
that's
to
no
the
good, but
village.
I'm gonna be right back. You guys have to watch. this part.
Along the way, he meets new people,
Okay, bye.
gets into strange situations, and has many adventures. The film
Also,
made
while I'm
$1.9
gone, comment
cost
if you
$500
want me to
million to produce.
do it
When it was
overnight
released in Japan in
outside
1980,
during
it
this
was
episode.
$1 million. It got
But you need to
so
comment
crazy, it
overnight,
totally blew up
overnight,
in Worldwide
overnight,
Hit. It was the most financially
and
successful
fight for your
science
life.
fiction film ever produced at the time. It earned about $200 million worldwide and was translated into multiple languages.
So I guess I'll be right back. Let me just clear this out of this oven. I have some food.
But not everyone found it entertaining. While it was being praised in some
Alright,
places,
so
it
that's
was being
what do you call
banned in others. People were angry about how the movie portrayed the African tribe that found the bottle. Critics said it made black Africans look like primitive simpletons or incompetent buffoons. People living in African and Afro-Caribbean countries were the most upset. They felt the movie was making fun of them. Others tried to calm the situation, saying people were reading too much into a comedy meant to entertain. But that didn't reduce the backlash. The movie was banned in several African and Afro-Caribbean countries. To this day, people continue to debate whether The Gods Must Be Crazy is a harmless comedy or an offensive movie. When you think of witchcraft, Harry Potter probably comes to mind. But there's another witchcraft movie so creepy, many people couldn't sit through it. Hexen, Witchcraft Through the Ages. When Hexen was made in 1922, it was the most expensive film ever produced in Scandinavia. It also took 3 whole years to film, but after all that effort, it was banned for being too disturbing. And that's because this film was about a topic that many people were scared of. Hexen is a horror film that explores the history of witchcraft. The film is split into several parts, each dividing into a different aspect of the subject. It was directed by Benjamin Christensen. To prepare for the film, Christensen read an ancient book about how to identify, hunt, and capture witches. During filming, he went to extreme lengths to make everything feel real. To evoke the right mood, Christensen shot most of the film at night, also highly unusual for 1922. The director even acted in the film himself, playing the role of the devil taunting priests and nuns. The most disturbing part of the movie comes in part 3, where it shows how witches were persecuted in the Middle Ages. It begins when a man named Jesper passes away lying in bed. His death seems natural, but Jesper's family believes he was murdered. The family accuses a poor old woman named Maria of taking Jesper's life. But Maria never even touched Jesper, so how could she have possibly harmed him? The family had an answer. Maria was a witch. Maria is old, wrinkled, and homeless. She looked exactly like what people thought a witch should look like, and that's all it took for them to accuse her. Back then, they believed witches could harm others using spells and curses. Jesper's family is so sure Maria is responsible that they report her to the judges. Maria is arrested and interrogated. At first, Maria insists she's innocent. She says, "How do you expect me to confess that which is not true?" But the judges pressure Maria until she finally cracks. Maria gives a false confession, saying she's done horrible things. She said she gave birth to the devil's children, attended demonic feasts, and used magical ointments. But then Maria gets a bit carried away with her confession. She begins to accuse other women in the village of being witches too. The judges take notes as Maria names other supposed witches. Soon they have a long list. The women Maria accused are arrested and pressured to confess. Once they confess, they too are forced to name other witches in the village. It became a vicious cycle where, as the story says, every witch gives 10 other witches away. By the end, multiple women are found guilty and sentenced to be burned at the stake. The punishment is brutal and hard to watch. When Hexen was released in September 1922, it was very different from the other movies of that era. It showed people without clothes, black magic rituals, and a realistic devil with horns. The list goes on. There were torture chambers, possessed nuns, and even sacrifices. Hexen wasn't just a movie, it was a nightmare on screen. Because of the disturbing visuals, the film got a lot of backlash. Remember, this was way back in 1922. One movie critic said Hexen was absolutely unfit for public exhibition. In the United States, it was banned outright. Even in Sweden, where it was made, theaters were scared to play it. The filmmakers had to cut out some of the scariest parts just to get it shown. But even after the cuts, people still thought the film was too much much to handle. Over time, though, Hexen became a classic. The makeup sets, costumes, and special effects were ahead of their time. Today, Hexen is even listed as one of the 1001 movies you must see before you die. And if you're not too scared, you should check it out. This next movie involves cruelty, gore, and death traps. Pretty gruesome. Saw 6. The Saw franchise became famous for its gruesome, violent horror. The fans loved it, and they kept coming back for more. The first 5 Saw movies made over $400 million at the box office, turning a massive profit. So when it was time to make Saw 6, the producers decided to take things to the next level. But some people think they went a little too far. Saw 6. To really understand Saw 6, you need to know what the series is about. The Saw franchise centers around a vigilante known as Jigsaw. Jigsaw has a twisted concept of justice. He believes that bad people need to be punished, but not necessarily by going to jail. They need to face life or death situations designed to teach them moral lessons. In Jigsaw's mind, if they survive these challenges, they'll become better people. So Jigsaw kidnaps these so-called bad people and forces them to play horrifying games where survival is not guaranteed. Saw 6 begins with 2 loan sharks who've been captured by Jigsaw. He throws them into a deadly game with one rule. Only one of them can leave alive. What follows is a brutal contest for survival. In the end, only one makes it out. That set the tone for the rest of the movie. Jigsaw's next target is a health insurance executive named William. The reason why William is there is because he denies insurance coverage to people who desperately need medical care. This didn't age well. But my requests for coverage have all been turned down. So I was hoping that if I came and explained it to you, that you might be able to get that overturned for me. Jigsaw captures William and takes him to an abandoned zoo. A videotape informs William that he must complete a series of tests to survive. The challenges in this movie aren't random. Every one of them is designed to punish William for his decisions and force him to confront the lives he's ruined. As the movie goes on, the tests become more brutal and the stakes get higher. The producers poured $11 million into making the movie as scary as possible. In October 2009, Saw 6 was finally released. That's when the trouble began. Saw 6 was so graphic and intense that many countries had an issue with it. Even in America, where horror films often push boundaries, the Motion Picture Association demanded that the gruesome opening scene should be toned down before the movie could be approved for release. In Spain, things were even more problematic. Spanish film authorities gave the film an X rating for extreme violence. This meant the film could not be shown in any theater in Spain. The producers were forced to cut some of the most graphic scenes. Only then did Spain lower the rating to an 18. This meant it could be shown in theaters, but only for adult audiences. However, other countries weren't willing to compromise. In Thailand and Malaysia, Saw 6 was flat out banned. Trinidad and Tobago also banned the film. Despite all the controversy, Saw 6 still managed to earn $69.8 million worldwide. Although that sounds impressive, it was the lowest grossing film in the Saw franchise of the time. Many people think the movie was just so unwatchable that it hurt its box office performance. As one review said, Saw 6 is the 6th Saw I've seen and maybe the sickest. This next film is so twisted that watching it feels like a punishment. The Human Centipede 2 full sequence. Before any movie can be released in the UK, it has to be approved by the National Film Board. It's a standard process, but when the Human Centipede full sequence was submitted for approval, the authorities didn't just reject it. They said it was just too horrible to show. Usually, a rejected movie can cut out the bad scenes and reapply for approval, but not this time. The board said that no amount of cuts would allow them to give this film a certificate. So, what was in this movie that caused such an extreme reaction? The Human Centipede full sequence is about a man named Martin Lomax. Martin is a security guard who works in an underground parking garage. But Martin has a secret obsession. He wants to create something called a human
Wow.
centipede. It's a
I'm still
twisted
alive.
concept where multiple people are stitched together to form one long, crawling creature, like a
I would
centipede.
enjoy that Clipper.
Idea from a movie he watched. Martin is so fixated on this idea that he even tells his mom about it. Obviously, she thinks he's out of his mind. He keeps on talking about a centipede with 12 people. But Martin doesn't care what anyone thinks. Even though he has no medical training, he starts gathering tools like duct
Go to the
tape
top of
and
this mountain real quick.
things to bring his twisted vision to life. He also finds an abandoned warehouse, which is the perfect spot for his plan. Then Martin begins kidnapping people and taking them to the warehouse. Once he has 12 people, Martin begins his experiment. He uses a staple gun and duct tape to attach them
Let's see what's
together
up
and
here.
let you film the rest. And yes,
A
the
tree.
movie shows every moment of this process. Once his creation is complete, Martin
Warehouse.
forces the centipede to crawl, deriving pleasure from his twisted work. But his experiment doesn't go as planned. The centipede begins to fall apart because people can't be attached that way. Disappointed by his failure, Martin snaps. He starts to get physical with his captives, but during the scuffle, Martin at that moment, the scene suddenly changes. Martin is back in the underground garage where he works, sitting at his desk like nothing happened. It seems everything that the audience just saw was a dream. After filming Wrapped, the editors spent months piecing everything together. The final product was 91 minutes of pure horror. The film didn't have a lot of dialogue, mostly screams and whimpers. Then they submitted it to the British Board of Film Classification for approval. Instead of getting approval, they got condemned. The UK Film Board flat out refused to give the film a certificate. They claimed that the movie posed a real risk to cinema goers. The look and atmosphere of this movie are disgusting. Being black and white and often dimly lit just makes this world look depressing and gives me this uncomfortable feeling. The film couldn't be legally supplied anywhere in the UK, even on DVD or download. It was essentially banned across the country. As expected, the director was not happy with the board's decision. He issued a public statement criticizing their stance. He said, "Thank you for banning that film in this exceptional way. Apparently, I made a horrific horror film. But shouldn't a good horror film be horrific? Give people their own choice to watch it or not. If people can't handle or like my movies, they just don't watch them. If people like my movies, they have to be able to see it anytime, anywhere, also in the UK. For most films, a ban like this would have been the end of the story. But The Human Centipede was different. Instead of avoiding the controversy, the producers leaned into it, using the ban as a key part of their marketing strategy. In the trailer, they said Human Centipede banned in the UK poses a real risk that harm is likely to be caused to potential viewers."
There's my house.
All the controversy made people in the UK more curious about the movie. They wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Even though the film couldn't be legally sold or shown in the UK, the internet was impossible to control. Thousands of Brits found ways to watch it, either by ordering import DVDs or streaming it online. Meanwhile, The Human Centipede premiered in other countries where it was not banned. As moviegoers entered theaters, they were given barf bags just in case the film made them throw up. Some theaters even parked ambulances outside in case viewers fainted inside. During one premiere, the movie affected a woman so much that paramedics had to escort her. One movie critic who saw the film summarized it in this way: "It's not really a film one can or should enjoy. Sometimes repeating a movie title in half." She went on quote-unquote comedian Stephen Colbert's show last night to explain that she's not happy about this border deal, and you might find that interesting. Why wouldn't someone on the left be happy with the border deal? Well, it's not doing enough for the illegal immigrants and migrants. Here's the thing. It's got some really good pieces in it. It's got more resources for the border, which is good. It's got in it, for example, accelerated, it's got work permits in it. So people who are here, who are trying to get asylum, actually would be allowed legally to go get jobs. I also want to say there's some things that are really missing here. You remember back during COVID that one of the things we all talked about were the essential workers who kept us all going. There's a lot of undocumented workers. And I worked on a bill with a lot of other people to say, let's bring it back to citizenship. I actually want to say we have helped serve this nation. We kept our food supply going, we kept our medical care going, we kept our trash pickup going. We are grateful, and we will show we are grateful by creating a path to citizenship. She went on quote-unquote comedian Stephen Colbert's show last night to explain rule number one on how to take care of a baby. Always, always stand up or walk around when you're holding that baby. Don't you ever even think about sitting down. Don't you do it. You better not. You better get up, walk around, stand up with that baby. Do not sit down. You better not do it. Alright, let's see if Charlie's in a no sitting down. Okay.
I die, don't die within the next 30 minutes. And then the thing that is the special end of it. What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, that was series one, episode one of Recall. Please enjoy your stay at Recall. Thank you.